everybody, welcome back to the garage. If this is your first time visiting my channel, please go ahead, click on subscribe. Also click on the bell to receive all the updates and activities on my channel. Alright, so today we have a product review of this guy right here. It's the Innova 6100P OBD2 code scanner. Full disclosure, Innova reached out to me and supplied this scanner free of charge in exchange for my review. They are not paying me for this review, but they did nonetheless provide the scanner free of charge. So if at the end of this video you like the scanner, go ahead, check out the description of the video, and you'll find a link that will bring you to the seller's storefront out on Amazon where you can purchase it on your own. All right, so what we'll do now is we'll go over to the bench and we'll review some of the options and content on the scanner, and we'll go through it, soup to nuts, and see what it can do. Okay, so this is the 6100P. This is the first time I've ever heard of Innova. Not to say that they're a new company. They're actually an American company, and their products are manufactured overseas, but they are headquartered out in California, I believe. If you go on their website, you're going to see a whole myriad of options on scanners. And there's probably, when I look, there's probably about 15 or 20 different variants that they sell. And it all depends on what features and options that you're looking for. This is the 6100P. So this particular scanner offers the ability to read OBD2 codes, which is pretty normal. And then it also has the ability to read SRS and ABS codes. So what makes this scanner different from other scanners that you will typically buy in the $30 or $40 range? This scanner also has the ability to read ABS codes for anti-lock braking systems. So it can tell you which sensor is bad for ABS. It also does SRS codes for like airbags and seatbelt error codes. It also does specific codes to the manufacturer, okay? So one nice thing about this scanner, which I saw, is it has a memory function on it. It also has internal power on it too. And we'll go into that in a minute as far as what I mean is, but what you can do is you can essentially bring this to your car, do whatever you need to do, read the codes and everything else, and then take it out of the car with you, and then you'll still have that data on the scanner that you can troubleshoot and look up and go from there. So you're not required to be tethered to the car to get the information on this. So one thing this code scanner does not have, and it's actually available as an option on the 7100, and the option I'm talking about is it doesn't have any live data. So live data is like coolant temperatures, transmission temperature, ambient pressure, catalyst temperatures for like your for your O2 sensors and stuff like that. This scanner does not have live data. So if you need something that does have live data, you're going to want to go up to the 7100, which has all the features that we just talked about as far as SRS and ABS, but it also has the ability to do live data, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to hit the power button. So as you can see, because again, this scanner does have memory, it has the two cars that we've hooked this up to, one being a Chevy Cruze, and another one being a Jeep Wrangler, all right? So as far as the layout and the button options on the code scanner, basically these keys on the left are what they refer to as your hot keys. The red one will clear out all your trouble codes. The one in the middle is for S for system memory, and DTC, basically you'll hit that one real quick, pull up all the codes that are present, right? And then in the center you have your enter button. You have scroll up and scroll down. And then on the right, you have your power button. The other one is your menu button. And the one below it is your freeze frame button, okay? So essentially, the way the scanner works is all your action stuff is gonna be done from the left. Everything on the right is really for informational purposes, and I'll get to what I mean in a minute. All right, so again, as far as what's nice about the scanner being the memory function is, we're gonna go to the Chevy Cruze, we're gonna hit enter. And what you're going to see is it has two stored codes, right? So, and again, we're not hooked up to the car because we hooked up to the car previously we read the information, I detached it, but now it remembers all the information from that car when it was hooked up. So if you look, it has global OBD2, you has SRS, and then you have Chevrolet OEM Enhanced, right? So what we'll do is, if we want to go down and see what the one for the SRS is, we'll go down to it, we'll hit enter, and it says lost communication with the radio, right? Why that's under SRS, I'm not really sure, but that's where it put it in there. So then if we go to OEM Enhanced, we'll do the same thing. And it says immobilizer key incorrect, right? So all of these issues were caused by a failing battery on my car, right? So I went to go start it the other day. The battery was low. I went to click it, and basically, because it was a low voltage issue, it started generating all these miscellaneous codes that really aren't applicable as far as what's going on to the car. It's just, you know, it lost control, it lost communication with the ECM, the BCM, and the TCM. So a lot of these codes started registering as fault codes. But in reality, they're all related to a bad battery. Right? So if I wanted to clear all these codes, if I still hooked up to the car, I would just hit this red button. It would communicate to the car. It would clear everything out. But now, since we're not attached to the car, and it's easier to film away from the car, we really can't do that. But this is just for a stored memory, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to press any hotkey, which is basically any button over here. We'll get back to the menu. Okay. So what we're going to do now is we're going to hit the M key, which is the menu. All right, so under that menu, all right, so what I meant before is, you know, over on the left, these are all the action keys. And pretty much everything on the right is all the informational keys. And what I mean by that is there's really not a lot you can do on the right-hand side as far as the options. A lot of the functions that you're going to see here is for informational purposes. And what I mean by that is the vehicle information, that will give you the VIN, the oil reset monitor. If you want to reset the oil light, you can go into that. It will actually tell you how to do it. But what we'll do is we'll go into the DLC locator, right? And we'll hit enter. And then we're just going to pick a year of a car at random. We'll pick a 1998. You know, pick an Acura. Pick a CL. And what it's going to do is, you know, it's actually going to tell you the location of the OBD2 port within the car. So if you have no idea where it is, you can basically go in this informational menu on the scanner, and it's going to tell you exactly where that port is on the car, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to press any hotkey. We'll go back to the menu. And what we can do is, again, all this is information. So it's like a little troubleshooting guide. So what we'll do is we did the DLC locator. We'll do since we're not attached to the car, you could also do a battery alternator monitor. It'll tell you the health of the battery. And then if you go down the drive cycle procedure, if you want, what it'll do, it'll tell you how to go through the drive cycle monitors. All right, so if you want to basically figure out if you had a misfire, how many miles and time and distance and everything else, what you would need to do, you would go to misfire monitor, and essentially it's going to tell you the process based on the car as far as what is constituted of a drive cycle. And all you would do is you would just scroll down. It says it gives you some instructions on exactly what it needs to do. Okay, you can scroll down through the process. All right, so we'll hit menu to go back. So if you want to do a comprehensive monitor, we'll do the same thing. And then it'll tell you basically what the process is as far as what that monitoring troubleshooting is, all right? So there's a lot of information in the scanner as far as troubleshooting purposes. So what we're going to do back, we're going to go back again, get out of drive cycle. And then pretty much after drive cycle, and then it's going to tell you the firmware version of the scanner, the tool library. I'm not sure exactly what that is, to be perfectly honest with you. It basically tells you the some of the functions on the scanner, like tool icons, system monitors, and everything else when they do light up. So, All right, so what we'll do, and settings and everything else. All right, so what we'll do, we'll just go into oil reset. So say if your car had an oil light service going off, you go in here, and for the Chevy Cruise, it'll tell you, you can actually reset the monitor through this process. On the Jeep, it actually tells you to, press the gas pedal 3 times within 10 or 15 seconds and everything like that. So, yeah. So essentially, that is all the functions of the scanner. So another nice thing about the scanner in this package is when the cord that they give you is, I want to say it's between 6 and 7 feet long, which is good because some of the your $30 or $40 scanners that you can typically buy at a Harbor Freight or a Pep Boys or an Napa or whatever, take your pick. They're going to give you a cord that's probably about 3 feet long, and a cord that long is kind of a challenge to work with. And another thing is, what we'll do has a nice option is when you do plug it in, what you'll see is it has a light at the end of the cord. So when you're fumbling down below the dash looking for the OBD port, this will actually light up underneath the dash and basically it'll help you out with the alignment, right? So there you go. So I would give this scanner a thumbs up. I believe the price point on Amazon is around $128. And the reason why it is that high is because it gives you the ability to reset ABS and SRS lights. Again, your $30, $40 scanner that you see, you're not going to have that functionality. But again, for this price point, I wish they would include live data on it. It would be nice to have, because in comparison, your $30 or $40 scanners, it can read OBD2 codes and everything else, and it can also give you live data. So the way I look at it, if I can buy a scanner for $30 or $40, or whatever it is, and I can have that functionality plus live data for this price point at $128, I shouldn't have to go to an upcharge to get that functionality. That would be my only negative feedback. But other than that, it's a good scanner. So there you go. All right, if there's any questions, comments, concerns, go ahead and leave them in the comments box. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Again, if you like this scanner, go ahead and check out the link in the description of the video, and you can buy it on your own through Amazon. All right, I hope everybody is having a great day. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.